Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli wa nusallimu ala rasulihil kareem. Next, we're going through the two particles of nafi. So, harfa and nafi. First, we have la. For example, la fi ja'i man sa'ala hal tubghidu sahaba. You will say la. It's came already, we'll stop. The next one is kalla. Kalla is what has a bit more detail in here. Kalla li zajri. What does zajri mean? Like to rebuke, to scold. وهو رد ما قبله وإثبات ما بعده. You are refuting what is before it, and you are affirming what is after it. So if you say la, you're just saying no. It's not saying like anger or no, like how could you, or it's wrong, or a sense of rebuke or scolding or telling off. It's just information. And kalla has this. Yes, and this is called harfu rad'in wa zajrin. So rad'un, zajrun is all these different meanings. Meaning what was said previously is being told like no, that's not true and it's wrong. And والغالب أن تكون متبعة بكلام بعدها. Usually there is some words after it. It doesn't come by its own. You usually have something after it. This has been a hasha, some of this. Okay? So for example, in the Kalam al-Arab, you will not say kalla and he says quiet. Are you following? I can ask you a question. You say هل فهمت؟ نعم. ألا فهمت؟ بلى. الدرس سهل. أجل. But with kalla, you have to say something after it. So kalla is normally mutba'atan, is normally followed up by some kind of kalam. It is not, you don't just stop there. Are you following me? You say something else. That's why the Arabs, they don't say kalla and they stay quiet. They will also add some statement onto it afterwards. For example, قال رب ارجعون لعلي أعمل صالحا فيما تركت كلا. Stop there, I should put the whole ayah. You're not supposed to kalla, but innaha, because then kalla, I just mentioned here, you can't just stop. You have to put the whole ayah. The whole ayah. Yes? That's how. Subhan Rabbi alladhi la yadhillu wa la yansa. So, what were the people of the fire saying, Jahannam? Rabbi, oh my Lord, irji'oon. Turn me back, send me back, give me another chance. Rabbi irji'oon. لَعَلِّي أَعْمَلُ صَالِحًا فِي مَا تَرَكْتُ. Perhaps I may be able to do good deeds in that life, in that dunya which I left behind of me. So now, كَلَّا إِنَّهَا كَلِمَةٌ هُوَ قَائِلُهَا وَمِنْ وَرَائِهِ بَرْزَخٌ إِلَى يَوْمِ يُبْعَثُونَ. And now we have here kalla for zajr, meaning Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying kalla, or the angels will say kalla, meaning this whole thing that you said, it's rebuking, like no, that cannot happen, but it's not like, oh, no, we disagree. It's a zajr, it's telling off, scolding, kalla, never happen. It's negative, it's very emphatic, and it's also scolding off and rebuking. How dare you come and say this right now when you had the chance? We sent anbiya to you, we sent people to you, we sent messengers to you, and what did you do? You rejected and you refused. Kalla innaha kalimatun huwa qailuha. Yes? So he's rebuking this. Okay? Acha. Now, what happens is when kalla is for zajr, yaqa'ul waqfu alayha wal ibtida'u ma ba'daha. What happens is when kalla is for this meaning, zajr, you have to ask the Qur'an to be like double check, but just what the basics I've read is, when you have zajr, you say kalla, and you do kalla, you stop. Okay? So you say kalla, you do like a pause there. So لَعَلِّي أَعْمَلُ صَالِحًا فِي مَا تَرَكْتُ kalla, stop. And then you continue, and then you do ibtida' بِمَا بَعْدَهَا. Yes? Acha. Sometimes kalla is not used for zajr. It's not used for rada, because it doesn't fit. For example, if you look at this Quran ayah, وَمَا هِيَ إِلَّا ذِكْرَى لِلْبَشَرِ. And the Quran is nothing but a dhikra, a remembrance, a reminder for human beings. كَلَّا وَالْقَمَرِ. Now this can't be a rebuking, but this is true, and it's the statement. It's not saying, oh, this is wrong. نَعُوذُ بِاللَّهِ مِنْ ذَلِكَ. So now we say, hey, this is for تَصْدِيقِ لِمَا قَبْلَهُ. It's meaning of ajal. So it's like, yes, surely. So, وَمَا هِيَ إِلَّا ذِكْرَى لِلْبَشَرِ. Say, yes, this is true. Affirmation of what come before. Are you following me? Abdurrahman, are you following? No? So, kalla, the haqiqi meaning of kalla is what? That the previous statement made, the mutakallim is refuting that statement, refuting it, rebuking it, scolding the person for taking that statement. And it's saying, what you said before is wrong. Either that command will not be adhered to, or the statement you made is wrong, or like, we don't agree with that statement. That statement is like not worthy of some kind of pointing out some mistake in that statement. Here it's not this. Allah is saying, وَمَا هِيَ إِلَّا ذِكْرَى لِلْبَشَرِ. It is only what? A remembrance for human beings. Isn't that true? So this kalla is not for rada and zajr. Not saying how dare you say this. What does it mean? It's bima'na ajal wa'i. But it's like, yes, true. Are you following? And here, in here what will happen now? You will not say, when you have this one, you want to say kalla wal qamar. You say it together. Kalla wal qamar. So when it is for tasdeeq, when you're reading this, you say kalla wal qamari wal layli id adbar. You want to say kalla wal qamar. So it's joined to the next one, kalla wal qamar. And for zajr al rada, you do a waqf. But you ask the Quran for more details. This is what some books have mentioned, okay? Yes, you following?
That doesn't make sense, does it?
So this is one meaning, tasdeeq. It can also be for istiftah, meaning it's not, if you got nothing like a tasdeeq of it before, or there's like, for example, like there's a long space between revelation. It's like istiftah, like ala innahum sufaha walakin la ya'lamun. Like ala is harf tanbih, isn't it? What does it do? It creates ta'keed to what's after it. So in tasdeeq, it's doing ta'keed to what is before it. It's reaffirming what is before it. And ala is like pointing towards attention to what is after it. So we have allama al-insana ma lam ya'lam. This is the first ayah was revealed until here. Then later on was revealed kalla innal insana la yatagha. It's like listen carefully, ala. But not like ala, but it's kalla. Like, listen very carefully. Kalla innal insana la yatagha. Are you following me? So now here this is for what? Istiftah. You wouldn't say it's for what? Tasdeeq, because this was revealed later on. The first verse of Iqra bismika alladhi khalaq until allama al-insana ma lam ya'lam. You understand? So that's why you will say here, this is for istiftah, not for tasdeeq. And this is for tasdeeq. But the asal meaning is zajr and rada, and the other meaning is what? Yes. We will continue from here tomorrow, inshallah. There's a few rules in here. Okay. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulil kareem, amma ba'd. Okay. Now, what we're saying here is, previously we mentioned that the asal meaning is zajr, yes? So the asal meaning of kalla is for zajr and rad'un. To rebuke, to scold, to tell off, to negate the previous sentence. And the secondary meanings, the majaz meanings, is basically tasdeeq or istiftah. Okay? And tasdeeq is when it comes together and is affirming what's previous. This is allama al-insana ma lam ya'lam. Kalla could also be tasdeeq in theory, but because there's a wahi inqita', wahi didn't continue, it came afterwards separately. So we call it here istiftah. And it has a ta'keed lima ba'dahu. Okay? You got it? Sorry, yesterday. Now, what we're saying is, what if we can say this can be rad'un and zajrun, and it can also be istiftah. It can also be harfu tasdeeq. Like both possibilities. What would we do then? What's the rule? Al-haqiqatu awla min al-majaz. It is always better to use the haqiqi meaning in preference to the majaz meaning. So we'll say, it, for example, we would choose the rada. We say, asal is what? For example, attala al-ghayb. Ittala al-ghayb. So, attala al-ghayb. Amittakhadha inda ar-Rahmani ahda. Yes? Okay. Now here, and then you have after that, kalla. Then you have, sanaktubu ma yaqulu wa namuddu lahu min al-adhabi madda. We will write down what he has said, and we will extend him in the punishment a lot. Is that clear? Okay. Now that we have that, what we're going to say, this kalla is kalla for rad'un and zajrun of ma qablahu. Is it what? Istiftah and is it istiftah and ta'keed for the ma ba'dahu? Istiftah and or is it tasdeeq? You following? Yes? So he says zajr. We say here, attala al-ghayb inda ar-Rahman, attala al-ghayb, amittakhadha inda ar-Rahmani ahda. We say kalla. And I say you waqf there, because why? What's asal? Zajr. And when it's zajr, you do waqf after kalla. That's why there's a waqf there, when you stop, a pause. Kalla ay zajr. So even though you can do istiftah, ay kalla sanaktubu ma yaqulu. You get it, you can read it together, isn't it? And make a ta'keed of ma ba'dahu, istiftah. Yes? But because it's possible to have it zajr, you'll always use zajr awla. That's why it's kalla is a waqf there, because it's zajr. So even though istiftah is possible, we always prefer zajr. Acha. Now, next possibility. The next thing we have is that according to some, kalla is always in the meaning of, it's the meaning of haqqan. Yes, some say the meaning of haqqan. When you have istiftah, it's meaning of haqqan. I'm not going to go through why. Some say it's haqqan, some say no, it's not haqqan. Let's leave that one. Okay. The other meaning is some people say no, it's always zajr. Yes? 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 Are you following? What's the asal meaning of rad'un and of kalla? Rad'un and zajrun. It's rad'un and zajrun. Now, when you have rad'un and zajrun, what about the other ayat that we say istiftah? Does that make so? We say here it's always for rad'un and zajrun to keep the haqiqi meaning, but the mazjur can mahdhuf. You following? So, for example, maybe we have a problem, maybe we have an issue in terms of it doesn't seem to fit. وَمَا هِيَ إِلَّا ذِكْرَى لِلْبَشَرِ كَلَّا وَالْقَمَرِ. So what they're saying is kalla. We say this is what? This is for tasdiq bima qablahu. Yes, not zajr. So we say, okay, no, this is kalla, it's for zajr, al-rada'. We're not doing rada' of this. There's a hidden sentence here. And you're doing rada' on that sentence. Rada' and zajr on that sentence. Are you following me? In here, allama al-insana ma lam ya'lam. Kalla. Kalla is not refuting a sentence, it's refuting something hidden here. So, allama al-insana ma lam ya'lam. And something is mahzoof, I say, kalla innal insana yatagha. That even though Allah has given human being everything, he rejects and he disbelieves, and kalla is doing zajr on that hidden word. That's also one way people have mentioned it. If you see in tafsir, then you can see, okay, he's doing that. You can get a short understanding of what the mufassir is pointing out towards. Subhanallah wa bihamdi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.